Hello and welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be talking about the Crew Motorfest and the 5 things I'm most looking forward to in this very exciting upcoming title. So let's get straight on to the first thing that I'm looking forward to. I think the map is actually the part of the game that I'm looking forward to the most. For starters, the Hawaiian island of Oahu is an incredible location just in itself, and it seems the Crew Motorfest have a great version of it whilst retaining the style of their previous games. Not only that, but as many of you know, Oahu was the location of the first Test Drive Unlimited game, and also featured as a secondary location in the sequel to that. I, like many, have a lot of fond memories of both of those games, so the nostalgia of this location is probably mostly what makes it one of the things I'm most looking forward to when the full game releases in September. Unlike those games though, this map is much smaller than the real-life island. Test Drive Unlimited games are always one-to-one scale replicas of their respective locations. The Crew Motorfest is a much smaller scaled down version, which is different, but I don't think is necessarily worse. Having a one-to-one scale map was always great and has become one of Test Drive Unlimited's USPs, but having a scaled down version means that Ivory Tower, the developers behind the Crew games, can take more creative license and add in some even better driving roads than they are in reality, whilst keeping all of the main elements and important and interesting landmarks from reality. It's a great mix of real locations and that test drive feel, but in the Crew's own style and with their creativity mixed in. I also just very much look forward to having a new open world to explore, which I always love when I start playing a new open world racing game, just going out there, having a drive and exploring the map. The second most exciting element for me is the new themed campaign playlists. I love how they've implemented these into the game and how varied the different themes are, including Japanese cars, classic cars, Lamborghini, electric cars, motorsport, off-road and many more, including the addition of more themes during the game's lifespan, which, given how well supported the Crew 2 was post-launch, is super exciting. The playlists also fit these varying themes very well. For example, the classic cars one fades the image and removes features like sat-nav to fit the era, as well as having music inspired by each decade playing in the respective chapters. The Japanese playlists includes a neon-themed makeover, which, on the stage I drove through in the city, fitted that theme particularly well. I believe the electric car one is set in a lightning storm and has charge pads on the road that refill your boost as you drive along, and all of these are tiny little changes in each playlist, but it makes everyone feel very unique, and all of them have captured the vibe of their themes perfectly. I can't wait to play more of these when the full game releases. Of course, being a car game, or more accurately in this case, a vehicle game I suppose, I'm looking forward to driving, flying, biking and boating in this new game. For me, as with a lot of you though, the cars are the most exciting part of this list, especially as there aren't really any new additions in the other categories. In the way of cars though, as well as I believe everything returning from the Crew 2, including of course the ability to move our car collections forward, there are several very exciting new additions. Rather boringly, although I've made fun of its name in the past, the one I'm probably most excited to drive in the full game is the new Lamborghini Revuelto, which I have driven briefly in the introduction to the Lamborghini playlist in the closed beta, but I can't wait to drive it properly in the full game and take it for a proper explore of the island. There's also finally the addition of Toyota, which although personally I don't find a particularly exciting brand, it will be good to finally have them present in a game in this series, especially with the level of customization in the Crew games, which Toyotas lend themselves to. Which brings me conveniently onto the next thing I'm excited for, the customization. A lot of this is of course just carried over from the Crew 2, however, most, if not all of the new cars have customization options too, and some of them quite extensive and quite a lot of options. I also haven't played much of the Crew 2 for absolutely ages, for a number of reasons, but I do miss the level and amount of customization available, and look forward to playing with the options on my cars again in this upcoming game. And finally, last but not least, just being able to play a new open world game that isn't Forza Horizon will be very refreshing. This is in no way meant to be a dig at Forza. It does a lot of things very well, has the best open world handling and physics at the moment in my opinion. It looks amazing, has a huge car list and all of these things, but it does get a bit the same and a bit boring after a while, especially when the weekly prizes are mostly recycled cars from previous games and there's very little actually new content in the updates. Having a proper rivaling title may also make Forza step up their game again too, which would be kind of nice, because I want all racing games to be their best they can be. I enjoy all of them for different reasons, so if one game rivaling something makes it improve itself, that's great. We did of course have Need for Speed Unbound, which was fun to begin with, but after the rather short campaign was done, it left us with not a huge amount to do, followed by few and far between quite lackluster updates, and the game was very quickly very dead. Motorfest though, if previous games are anything to go by, will get fantastic updates well into its lifespan, probably even until the next game releases in many years' time. So there we go, those are the 5 things I'm most looking forward to in the Crew Motorfest. Do let me know whether you agree or whether there are different parts of the game that you're looking forward to. Either way, I can't wait to play the full version of this game when it releases in September. For now though, thank you very much for watching, and I'll be back with the next video very soon.